Hey, how's it? This is the Foundation. Doing another of my top 10 favorite Cowboys of all time. Now I'm at number 8. So, my number 8 favorite Cowboy of all time, Darryl. Mooooose Johnston. Let the moose loose. You know, one of the really dirty workers, and all that of our championship teams. Did all the dirty work for Emmett. Was a special team core guy, and but very underrated as a receiver coming out of the backfield and all that. and I gotta really thank John Madden for all those years of making sure to point out all the great things that Moose done. And for one thing, now you hear everybody doing the Heath or whatever guys they want to put up there. Whatever guys they want to pull up there. Like do that name chant. Man, Moose was the first, and he did them in every stadium. Every single stadium, they always call out the Moose. Two of my most memorable plays from him. One is my favorite one is the NFC championship. Our first one against the 49ers on that punt. That we had. I think it was Dixon Edwards who knocked the ball straight up in the air, and Moose caught it, in midair on top of that. So that was one of my favorite ones. I mean, a little side note too is when the 49ers jumped off the sides, and he kept going. Got his touchdown. He had a huge game that game. But my other memorable play from him was in I think it was the first game of the '95 season, I would say, or '96. But anyway, we're in the red zone. In fact, we were in the inside the 10, and Aikman threw a beautiful pass, and Moose caught it, over, diving over his head. That is an amazing catch. I mean, not alone, notwithstanding he's a fullback, but it was directly over his head. It wasn't like one of those kind where you kind of like look over your shoulder. It was directly over his head, so he had to look up. So. And he didn't wear gloves, so that's another thing too. With everybody wearing those gloves and gloves and all that. So that shows what kind of good hands he had. Yeah. And like all the things, like the fullback position is pretty much a done position already. I mean, Cowboys every now and then has tried to use it. I think probably the last good fullback, true fullback was what is his name from the Chargers? Neal, something like that. He was the last true good fullback. Oddly enough, he blocked for LaDainian Tomlinson, so. Shows that position, to a certain degree, if you had a solid running game, they had one of those and everything. But, Cowboys have tried, and, like now, sometimes, some of us older Cowboy fans, we kind of go, man, if we had a Moose Johnston with Zeke, and then, we've kind of complained about Zeke not getting in the end zone within the 5-yard line and all that, or more touchdowns. Man, Moose Johnston had a lot to do with that too, I mean, Emmett was a great short yardage runner, great goal line runner, but Moose Johnston also did his part too in that. Um, but yeah, and the other thing too is that I appreciate what like that was a touching moment. I nearly teared up when Emmett broke the record, and he was telling like thank you for all you did, and Moose was like, man, I appreciate that too. I love to do that. That was to me one of the most touching. And then I was glad Emmett whether it was some people said it was fake or whatever, but it doesn't matter what. The way he acknowledged Moose, it was awesome, and that's why I want Moose in the Ring of Honor. You know, he was like he gave a ton for this organization. He may not have the stats, but he had every bit to do with our successes. Anybody else. So anyway, in conclusion, now my number 8 favorite Cowboy of all time, Moose Johnston. Mahalo for watching, Paniola boys, and like always, go Cowboys.